Motorhead Garage, presented by Dragonfire Tools, is brought to you by Clamp Type, the clamp making tool. Steel rubber products, quality crafted rubber parts and weather stripping. Custom Autosound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. And by Dragonfire Tools, industrial workbenches with integrated tool storage.
This is Motorhead Garage, and this is a beautiful 1966 Ford F-Series pickup truck. Maybe you've got a vehicle like this, a vintage or classic vehicle in your garage. We know you love the classic looks, but you don't love that vintage radio sound. You're just listening to one little speaker on the dashboard. And with that old radio, you don't have Bluetooth, you don't have an MP3 player capability, and you don't have satellite radio. But with Custom Autosound, you can keep that classic look, and you can have all the bells and whistles you'd have in a modern stereo unit. The classic style is obvious, but systems from Custom Autosound are not just about good looks. Custom Autosound stereos give you superior sound, and their units are built to last. Every model is put through vibration testing and temperature testing. Everything is tested at both extreme high and extreme low temperatures. And I know we all love the big rumble of a muscle car, but it's bad for electronics. So Custom Autosound runs every one of their products through the ringer to make sure they'll stand up to the rigors of everyday use. Now, there's lots of imitators out there, but Custom Autosound is the originator and the innovator when it comes to audio products for classic cars, trucks, and street rods. Only Custom Autosound makes radios for over 400 different makes and models of vintage vehicles, and in the rare case they don't have one for your specific model, a universal radio will do the trick. But Custom Autosound doesn't stop with custom and universal head units. They also have the speakers to go along with them. You can get speakers that have a vintage look to suit your vehicle, or an undercover speaker like we're using here on our Ford truck. You might want to use an undercover speaker to give you sound where space is an issue, or if you want to keep the integrity of your classic vehicle intact. Another great way to keep the classic looks of your vehicle but still get the conveniences of a modern stereo, well, that's the slide bar radio we've shown you before. The slide bar radio has a digital control panel until you shut it off. Then it looks like a vintage radio with an analog dial. But if removing the head unit is not an option, then you want the Secret Audio SST-V. You can hide the stereo unit anywhere, and you can mount the control panel anywhere as well. This is a 200-watt AM/FM radio. You've got USB MP3 capabilities. You can also use a flash drive for your music, control your iPod or CD player from it, and it's satellite ready. And of course, with the Secret Audio radio, you'll get hands-free Bluetooth capabilities as well. Everything you need for your system comes in one box. There's nothing to assemble, and installation is incredibly simple. I love the Custom Autosound system because everything is color-coded. Now, those codes are all listed here on the unit and individually on all of the cables. And here, USB input if you have a device you want to plug into it. The command control, and that is coming from the actual command panel here. And this thing is great because a couple of screws, you can mount it any place you want to under the dash. And when you're done with it, you just flip it up and out of the way. No one will ever know you have it. It'll just be our little secret. And then, of course, we have our CD changer that connects. It is labeled very clearly right there. Wire remote also. We have a remote that comes with the system. This is the receiver. Here is the transmitter, and you can use this little remote to control the entire system. We've also got an input for the Sirius XM system as well. Now, here is the wiring harness that actually goes to the vehicle. Everything is color-coded. Once again, all of these are labeled. It all matches up. All you have to do is snap it in, and it'll stay in permanently. That is wired and ready to go. Now, for the speakers here, this is our rear line out. That's what we're going to use for the speakers. We're going to hide underneath the seats here. We have an antenna input. If you're running an antenna, you just plug it right into there from the wire that comes in from the front of the vehicle. We've got a subwoofer line. If you're going to use that, we're not going to use it in this truck. External microphone using Bluetooth, and an auxiliary input if you've got an MP3 player or some other device you want to hook into it. We also, of course, have our microphone if you're going to make a hands-free call, and lots of extra cable so you can move this unit anywhere around the inside of the vehicle. Custom Autosound has hundreds of different applications, and if you want to hide it away, of course, the Secret Audio SST-V. You can find all of this and a whole lot more at CustomAutosound.com. That is going to do it for this episode of Motorhead Garage, and we hope you enjoyed the ride. We'll do it again next week if you promise to come along. From our entire crew here at Motorhead Garage, we'll see you next time. Drive safely.